Most people think $1 million changes your life. It sounds powerful. It looks impressive on a screen. But I'm going to tell you something uncomfortable. The real game changes at $30,000. And if you don't understand why, you stay stuck in the hardest phase of money forever. 30,000 is where stress drops. It's where options quietly appear. It's where desperation starts fading. It's where momentum begins to build. By the end of this, you'll understand why reaching 30,000 is often harder than reaching 100,000, and why everything accelerates after. If you want to keep running the real math on your life, hit subscribe. This channel exists for people who are tired of being financially average. And if this shifts something for you, drop a like so more people see it. Let me ask you something direct. How many people do you personally know with $30,000 in cash saved? Not invested. Not locked in retirement accounts. Liquid. Sitting there. Ready. In the United States, Federal Reserve data shows a large percentage of households struggle to cover even a $400 emergency without borrowing. That's not a character flaw. That's a system of living close to the edge, and living close to the edge changes how your brain works. The first 30,000 is not about money. It is about transformation. It forces behavior change. It forces identity change. You cannot drift your way to 30,000 in cash. I know because I tried drifting. I earned decent money. Nothing crazy, but enough. And every year I would tell myself, this is the year I get serious. Then something would break. Or I'd upgrade something. Or I'd justify something. And I stayed hovering under 5,000 for 4 years. There are 3 financial modes people live in. Survival mode, buffer mode, and leverage mode. Most adults never consciously define these. They just feel them. Survival mode is 0 to 5,000. This is constant low-grade anxiety. One car repair and you swipe a credit card. Research in behavioral economics shows scarcity reduces cognitive bandwidth. When cash is thin, your brain literally narrows focus to immediate threats. I lived there. Every bill felt urgent. Every email from my boss felt dangerous. Because if income stopped, everything collapsed. That's not dramatic. That's math. Buffer mode is 5 to 30,000. This is where stress begins decreasing. Studies have shown financial cushions are linked to improved decision-making and lower reported stress levels. You start sleeping better. You stop refreshing your bank app every 12 hours. You still think about money, but you're not panicking. Emergencies become inconveniences, not disasters. You breathe differently. Then comes leverage mode. 30,000 and above. This is where something subtle shifts. You stop reacting. You start choosing. At 30,000, you can survive months without income. Money becomes stored time. If your monthly expenses are 5,000, that's roughly 6 months of life covered. That changes how you show up at work. Think about this honestly. How differently would you act in a meeting if you knew you could survive 6 months without a paycheck? Would you negotiate differently? Would you tolerate less? Research on loss aversion shows humans fear losses roughly twice as much as equivalent gains. When you have no cushion, every decision feels like potential loss. With 30,000, the fear softens. Your brain is no longer cornered. And here's the part. Nobody says clearly, the first 30,000 is harder than 100,000. Because the first 30,000 is built almost entirely from discipline. The next 70,000 is built from momentum and compounding. If 30,000 is invested at an 8% average annual return, historically aligned with long-term stock market averages before inflation, that's about $2,400 per year. Not guaranteed. Not linear, but mathematically real over long periods. That $2,400 feels different. It's proof your money's working while you sleep. It's the first visible sign that compound interest does not wait for convenient moments. The first 30,000 proves you can delay gratification. Behavioral researchers call this delayed reward tolerance. The famous marshmallow experiments weren't about sugar. They were about future orientation. 30,000 is adult marshmallow discipline. And once you prove you can delay gratification consistently, wealth stops being mysterious. It becomes mechanical. Now let's talk optionality. Wealth is not luxury. It is options. At 30,000, you can quit a toxic job without immediate panic. You can relocate for opportunity. You can start a small business without betting rent money. You can invest during downturns instead of freezing. You can say no without fear. 30,000 buys breathing room, and breathing room creates better decisions. Before 30,000, I used to say I'm trying to save. After I crossed it, something changed internally. I started saying, I'm someone who saves. That shift sounds small. It is not. Identity-based habits, a concept supported in behavioral psychology research, are more durable than outcome-based goals. When you see 30,000 in your account, you don't just see money. You see proof of discipline. That proof spills over. You negotiate differently. You'll think longer term. You become less impressed by flashy purchases because you've experienced what control feels like. Now, let's get practical. What should 30,000 actually represent? First, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in an emergency fund. That's consistent with guidance from institutions like Vanguard and Fidelity. Second, no high interest, debt hanging over you. Credit card interest rates often exceed 20%. Mathematically, paying that off is a guaranteed return equal to the interest avoided. Third, consistent investing begins. Not timing the market. Not waiting for clarity. Just systematic investing into diversified low-cost index funds. Broad market exposure, automatic contributions. And keep some liquidity for opportunity. But don't let all 30,000 sit earning almost nothing long-term. Inflation quietly erodes idle cash. Historically, inflation averages around 3%, though it fluctuates. Cash alone rarely builds wealth. 30,000 is not the finish line. It is the launch pad. So why do most people never reach it? Lifestyle, inflation, income, rises. Spending rises faster. Research shows spending often scales with social comparison. We anchor to peers. New car, bigger apartment, nicer vacations. Most people increase their lifestyle faster than their assets. And because it happens gradually, it feels justified. I did this too. Every raise felt like permission. Another trap is not tracking anything. What gets measured gets managed isn't motivational fluff. It's supported by decades of behavioral research. Attention changes behavior. When I started tracking net worth monthly, progress accelerated. Here's the acceleration effect. Once you cross 30,000, confidence grows. You see compounding in motion. You become more willing to invest consistently. Income often increases because you take smarter risks. After 30,000, the game shifts from pushing a boulder uphill to steering it downhill. Gravity starts helping you. Not perfectly, not without setbacks. But momentum is real. I want to be clear. 30,000 will not make you rich. It will not solve every problem, but it will make you less desperate. And when desperation leaves, control enters. If you are under 30,000 right now, do not dismiss this number as small. Break it down. 10,000, then 20, then 30. The first 1,000 is the hardest. Every behavioral study on habit formation confirms starting is the friction point. Your assignment is simple. Calculate your exact monthly essential expenses tonight. Multiply by 6. That is your personal 30,000 target adjusted to your life. Specific number. No guessing. Then automate the first step toward it. Even $50 per week. Right now, with what you have, compound interest does not wait for motivation. It responds to action. Your future self is watching this, too. Deciding whether you finally cross from survival to leverage, whether you stay reactive or become intentional. 30,000 will not make you flashy, but it will make you dangerous. Because once you are no longer desperate, you are finally in control. If you're on your way to 30,000, comment how close you are. If you've passed it, tell us what changed for you. And if this helped reframe the number in your mind, drop a like so someone else stuck in survival mode sees it.